Well, it's day 3. Today is September the 28th, and it's day 3 of Hurricane Ian updates. So the storm is actually supposed to hit us today around noontime, and it looks like from the information from the weather stations, it's going to come in somewhere between Fort Myers and Venice, which is going to be a kind of a reprieve for the Lakewood Ranch area, Sarasota, Bradenton, but we don't know for sure. It could track a little bit further north. So right now we're feeling a little better than we did yesterday.
100-mile-per-hour wind speeds, kind of widespread right across areas of Sanibel as it makes kind of a brush with it. I don't think it'll actually make technical landfall until we get to probably maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe noontime. Might be a little sooner than this. That's when the center of the eye will actually cross over onto land.
But what I would like to point out is that there's several things that we have to consider here, and the big thing here is we're supposed to get around 20 inches of rain. So not having been through this before, my question is I know that pool can't handle 20 inches of rain behind me, but the other thing that I would have a concern with is the amount of water that the pond behind our house can handle. So let me walk over there and show you that. So this is just outside of the lanai here, and there's the pond that is directly behind our house. Now, as you can see, there's water just puddling up in the yard as it is now, and so the ground is probably saturated. So we're supposed to get 20 inches of rain. Now, where this water is going to go, I'm hoping that they have it designed properly so that it does go out that drain down at the end of the pond. But there's going to be a lot of water that comes into this area here. So we'll just have to wait and see how that ends up working out for us. But I feel pretty confident that we'll be okay. And we'll just have to wait and see how the day progresses, and we'll bring another update as the storm continues to approach. For those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Mark Boehmig, and I'm with Michael Saunders and Company here in the Lakewood Ranch area. And we cover all areas around Lakewood Ranch, from Bradenton down to Sarasota, and from Siesta Key up to Anna Maria Island. So this is kind of what happens when we have to go through a storm and a hurricane. So hopefully you get value out of this, just to see it from a homeowner's perspective and what we go through when we're doing a hurricane or when we're experiencing a hurricane. So I was here in 2017 when Irma came through, but it was a little bit different because I was at a different part of the area. I was up in the northern tip of northwest Bradenton, and now I'm in Lakewood Ranch. So I feel a little bit more secure. We are not in an evacuation zone here. So I'll keep you updated and post this evening after the storm has actually come through. So let's see what happens today.
Right now?
Well, we're about to make landfall. Not quite there yet, but I should imagine that within the next hour we'll have a landfall of Ian, probably close to Boca Grande, and the whole system beginning to approach the center of it anyway, areas right around, as I said, Boca Grande. It's a very impressive satellite picture as we watch it kind of move closer and closer to that area.
4 hurricane on the verge of a 5.
History making.
Yeah, it is, and unfortunately for people
people in Venice right now, as well as into Inglewood, Rotunda, Northport. You're getting the eye wall. That's the strongest part of the winds right now. And as you showed earlier, those winds are up to 80 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour right now, and could have higher gusts with inside there. So 9 o'clock, look at that pressure, 937. Winds just a couple of miles away from being a Category 5. We don't expect this to get any stronger. It looks like it's made landfall as a Category 4 hurricane, the strongest hurricane to make landfall in that area. So expect those winds to increase in places like Bradenton and into Anna Maria Island, as well as Palmetto, coming up in the next few hours. It's not going to be over by 6 o'clock. We're still going to see these strong hurricane force gusts at times, and it could get even higher at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. I just mentioned the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but again, 251, they reported a wind gust at 70 miles an hour. Again, I'm checking in.
Well, it's about 6:15 on Wednesday evening, and I'm going to bring this video to a conclusion. We still have a lot of heavy wind out there right now, so I didn't want to go outside to try and finish up this video, but as you can see from this radar picture, this is where the hurricane was at about 6 o'clock this evening. So we have dodged a bullet here in the Lakewood Ranch area, and I still think that we would have been okay had it come in further up the coast, but we did get a lot of wind today and a lot of rain. So I think the rain was less than what was predicted for the Lakewood Ranch area. I didn't have any problem with water in the pool, didn't have any problem with the water in the lake getting too excessively high. I think it was a little over 6 inches so far, but we've got a little ways to go, and they're still telling us to be cautious with the amount of rain that we still have yet to come. So this will be the conclusion for day 3, and of course we will definitely follow up tomorrow, day 4, with a report of what has happened, especially down into the Venice and Punta Gorda area, which seem to have taken the brunt of the impact. A lot of flooding in that area, so our hearts go out to the people that are down there. So hopefully you followed this video and got some value out of it, just so you can know what it's like to try and deal with a hurricane here on Florida's Gulf Coast. Mark Boehmig, Michael Saunders and Company.